Welcome so much to the 29th episode of the virtual podcast. Today, we have a brand new guest. Our producer is no longer producing, but on the show, and Hang Tight has a Christmas suit with Snoop Dogg on it.
Yeah.
So that's a thing. But
Snoop Dogg.
yes. So
Merry Christmas.
welcome so much. Our podcast today is about massively multiplayer online video games, i.e. MMOs. So there are now a couple of, I'd say, successful MMOs that I want to talk about. It's also my game highlight today, just to spoil something for later. But yeah, there are a few MMOs in VR, and there's also like a new expansion pack for World of Warcraft coming out. So there's a lot storming about MMOs. But and also later down the line, we have an interview with someone who is disabled and uses a wheelchair in their day-to-day life that uses VR, and is here to tell us about their experience with having VR available and how that has changed their life, I guess. Other than that, our usual game highlights and world highlights, that is all to come. So, our guests today, we have the newest addition to the podcast, Herobrine.
Hello.
Hello.
Herobrine, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Oh, well, I'm 26, ex-military, avatar creator, world creator. I'll go on do Blender a lot of times, but go switch between Blender and Unity, get a bit of hassle with the camera because it's all living reversed, which is absolutely aggravating, but it's a thing.
So, tell me, what was your ticket to get into VR? Like, what made you pull the decision to buy a VR headset, or how was your first introduction to VR?
First introduction for VR, I was actually looking at old videos of Jacksepticeye playing those old roller coaster videos, and I looked at that and I was just like, huh, seems cool enough. And then my mother bought me like one of those headsets, but you put your phone in on the side.
Right. Yeah.
Which don't do that. It gives you more motion sickness. That was horrible. But actually getting a proper headset yourself, I found it refreshing and enlightening. And I looked at it and I was like, huh. Nice to see a new burn stain around my cranium, but yes, it works really well.
So your first VR headset was then one of those cardboard where you slot your phone in, right? Or no cardboard, plastic.
No, it wasn't cardboard. It was plastic. Yes, it was plastic with a rubber strap going on the back, and that was it. Nothing for the head. It was just one strap.
So was that the reason why you wanted to invest in a more premium headset?
The reason for investing in a more premium headset is because I got bored of the style of video games, because we played it on controller for so many years. We played it on mouse and keyboard for so many years. And eventually that gets a bit boring. And then I saw VR and I was like, that's a bit for a new platform to do gaming on. And it didn't help either when I watched SAO.
that seems to have gotten a lot of people.
At what time did you buy your first VR headset, like proper VR headset?
When? Well, I don't remember the time, but I remember when. I believe it was 2016 when the Oculus CV1 first released.
Oh, goodness.
And I still got that on my shelf. It's covered in mold, but I still got it.
Oh, God.
I looked at it. I was like, wow, and I actually put it on for the first time. I was like, fucking hell, this is way better than the cardboard cutouts.
So this must have been like in 2006, like 2006. Oh my goodness! Wow, you're a seasoned
when the
VR
CV when the CV1 Oculus Rift S. I mean, stop saying S. The Oculus Rift, the original CV1 headset released.
Mm.
Wow.
Oh my goodness. Wow, you truly have some experience with VR then. So,
Yes, back then, instead of what we got today for the Quest 2, back then we had somewhat base stations, but I guess smaller than base stations. It was like it was a cylinder like type of base station,
mm,
and you hang one up really high and then one closer to your floor, and that would be your setup for like your hands and all.
ah, cool. Yeah, it's amazing, like how much it has changed over the course of the years. Now we have
Indeed,
standalone headsets.
Well, except for the people on Vive.
Well, fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, welcome so much to the show, Herobrine. Other than Herobrine today, we have our producer, which isn't producing today, Syntyriel.
Hello.
Sin, you've produced so many episodes. Like, you are challenging Hansi's streak at the moment, which is saying something.
To be fair, Hansi is on the different side of the world.
Yeah, true. He is in Germany, or no. Well, now he's probably going to kill me now that I said that, but...
Well, to be fair, we used to do this at more reasonable times, but oops.
Used to.
Yeah, used to.
Until we didn't.
Yep.
Until I started
Why?
producing, because I can produce whenever, pretty much.
So, tell me how do you find what's like you've produced so many times. So how do you feel now that you're actually on set for once and not? I mean, you've been on set before on short occasions.
Yeah, I've been on set before, but I mean, I don't know if you know this. I don't know if I told you, but I've always wanted to be on the podcast before I produced.
No, you never told me.
Oh, there I go.
Chuck and go burr sometimes.
I only
be
have
like
one
that.
base station I'm using because I don't have a place to set up the other one.
No, fair.
But,
That's all right.
I mean, it is weird to be on this side because I'm used to being on the other side of the camera.
There's no buttons to push on this side.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have no buttons.
No buttons to go.
Actually, I might add buttons to us here for the small tables or something that we can smash. Like, I don't know what they would do.
Smash that like button.
We are...
like.
I mean, I could make a well constrained and put a whiskey on my hand well constrained and actually be able to put down the glass and pick up the glass.
That'd be cool too.
Yeah, I mean, I do know
But the
how
well
to
constraint.
add that. It's like, if I wanted to add a button, I would like it to do something clever. I don't know, maybe we'd have like a veto kind of deal. If we pushed the veto shit, we had to do something different. I don't know.
And start voting people off the podcast halfway through. It's like, nope, you
To the producers.
It's like, nope, you're boring. Kick.
Oh.
Oh, then it opens a trap door and you fall through.
It just launches them through the ceiling.
Yeah, it could be fun. Getting rid of people, just so you know. Get them out of here.
But you're not allowed to get rid of me.
No, we can't. We can't use you.
I have immunity. I
We just have a
am
line
the
of
stream.
people waiting to get into a seat over off to the side for when someone gets launched.
Actually, we can yeet you.
No.
Because the system is intrinsic. The only thing that is different is that we would not be able to hear you, but the stream, due to our, clever audio system,
yeah.
would be able to hear us perfectly fine.
Wait, that's true.
I mean, if you want, I can give him a good old bad about a swing.
Whoa. You put that away.
We do not encourage violence on the virtual podcast.
That's a lie.
Well, I don't want to hurt my foot, so I might as well get the bet. Or deal with the bet.
Fair enough.
But yeah, but welcome so much to the show, Sin.
Thank you, thank you.
So, we all know about MMOs, I reckon. I bet you've played MMOs before, haven't you?
Yes, I've played quite a few MMOs. I think the best MMO I've enjoyed was The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt.
Is that an MMO?
Never played a Witcher game.
In a certain angle.
The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt? Like, is that multiplayer at all? Isn't that just an open world RPG?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's yeah, but MMOs, you know, that's where you have
Massive
plenty of other
multiplayer
players.
online.
Yeah.
Yes. I got a bit confused in my head then. Yes, the other MMO I've played quite a lot of, but then found I couldn't be bothered to play the rest was Black Desert.
Yeah. That was big for a while.
Black Desert.
Yeah.
Yeah, it had a really big hype train, I remember.
Oh yeah.
Yes, it did, for graphics and animations and particles and a mess story.
Yeah. I was in it for the guild wars. Those are pretty massive.
Yeah. One of mine and Justin's friends ran a guild there.
We don't want to out them.
Hmm.
It's a secret.
I already named them.
We'll bleep it.
You realize we're live, right? Mr. Stream Master.
It's all right. No one was listening. Two people were listening.
No one's listening. Anyway,
It's okay.
So in terms of modern MMOs currently that are, you know, have traction, I guess, who are on the rise. If you remember earlier this year, around when was it? October, September, or was it earlier even still? Like Zenith. Do you remember
Zenith was way earlier.
I believe that it was like
I was like
2020.
Yeah.
No way.
It's been a while since Zenith was like popping when it came out.
Long?
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
I didn't it?
Yeah.
Wow. Well, it really popped off. Yeah, people bought it left and
Yes,
right. Like
indeed.
the hype was real on that thing. People trying it out, and it was like, you know, when it released, it was in such a primitive state in comparison to where it is today. Like, it's incredible how far they've come. I checked it out recently, and it's like absolutely brilliant. I'll talk more about Zenith later because it's actually my game highlight, so I can't really go into too many details. I need to save some of it. I have some juicy information on it. But on the other hand, like if you circle back to World of Warcraft, who is, you know, considered the you know, that one MMO who really took the genre to new heights.
Oh my fucking.
It's sorry, it's just
Tracking
so
issues?
hysterical watching Sin just like whoosh and then whoosh and then whoosh, just go every direction.
I am the comedy of the podcast tonight.
Indeed, yes.
So, yeah. So, World of Warcraft sort of set the standard for MMOs for quite some time. Like for a long time, they were like the king of MMOs, and many rose and fell during their peak period. And at some point, people stopped altogether developing MMOs because it's a very expensive undertaking to do for a small game studio.
Yeah.
And many AAA MMOs have tried and failed. Like, they all get reduced to like non-existent eventually. But World of Warcraft has sorted through all of it. That and fucking RuneScape for some reason.
Everybody loves the RuneScape.
I mean, they did update it. They did do a update at RuneScape.
Everyone just stays with the
Yeah.
original, I think.
Isn't there like a RuneScape Classic nowadays?
Yeah, that's what everyone plays still. No one wants that new
Oh.
stuff.
Classic.
You know, I remember when I was in school as a 13-year-old edgy boy who rather sleep on my desk because I spent all my nights playing World of Warcraft, right? So I was too tired to do school. So I remember so vividly, like everybody on their goddamn laptops were playing RuneScape, and I was like puzzled. I asked them, "What is this?" And they were like, "It's RuneScape. It's like a giant place where you can meet new people, you can kill stuff, increase and get new gear. It's like crazy." And they explained this to me, and I looked at it. And I saw that top-down view and these horrible graphics and where they are clicking, I realized this is like a budget ratchet World of Warcraft equivalent.
Well, anything could play it.
Kenny, you might get attacked now.
You might get attacked,
Probably. There are some RuneScape fans. I know them. So I still have friends today who are die-hard RuneScape fans. But they were playing this game in the browser, and it's like so lightweight. So clearly that's what it had going for it, and people are really passionate about the game, and they still have noteworthy amounts of players still playing that game today.
Oh yeah.
So for all intents and purposes, it's a successful one, a really, really successful one, because it's been going on for God knows how many years.
Why don't we have VR RuneScape?
We got VR Skyrim. That's close enough.
That's true.
You just get transported into polygons.
That'd be excellent.
Aren't we already polygons in the system?
I mean,
Bigger
like
polygons.
polygons you can see.
I want to be triangles.
Just need to smack
that's
the
usually your
decimation
range.
modifier.
I got a debug robot I could show you. It can literally just show you your own polygons.
Oh, I've seen those. Those are freaky.
Great, so you have seen
all the
your own
biomesh.
polygons before. Great.
Yeah. But I want original. I want original Lara Croft Tomb Raider triangle titties. That's what I want. I don't want jiggle physics. I want pyramid titties.
You realize you can get that one triangle titty. Let's be fair, it is one.
It is one single, yeah.
to wiggle up and down at the very least.
I'll play that game.
It's I think like there are a couple of MMOs in VR currently, but the most prominent ones we need to say, because we are talking about them during the game sections. But there have been a couple of less successful ones, like Oscillation. What was that one? I don't remember the name of it. Oscillion or Os. God, it doesn't matter.
No idea.
I remember a name like an ocelot.
It had a funky name, alright.
The fact that we
S's and C's and I's, so it's very difficult to even figure out how to pronounce it. All right.
Well, the fact that you don't even know the actual name is kind of indicative of how it wasn't that great.
That's where everyone stopped. They stopped at trying to pronounce the name.
But the point I was trying to make is that one of the core challenges with making a game that people want to spend hours and hours and hours on end in VR, which is when I played that game, which was the first VR game, VR MMO I ever tried, and I played the Archer, and I was just doing this for hours on end, and I was like,
Yeah,
oh
I-
my
I
god,
felt
I have to
my arm
switch
got
hand and
strained
go
after
into
a
set.
while.
I need to go
Ooh.
into settings and switch because it's like so goddamn tedious, right?
That reminds me of that one world, Justin.
Oh yeah, they kind of had like a VR chat MMO RPG, or like it was like a dungeon.
crawl.
Yeah, you sit there and do that for an hour,
And-
then you beat the game.
Oh my. Yeah, the archer's the most OP in it too.
It's not exciting.
Yeah, it's like you don't. If you want to make an MMO that people want to spend, an unhealthy amount of time into it, make the game unhealthy.
Mm.
So
Correct.
It sounds like
Done.
Fortnite or something now. Make the game unhealthy or War Thunder.
Mm.
How they'll make it
It's-
unhealthy is selling it free, and then everything else is slur. But if you buy stuff, it'd be done.
Microtransactions.
Mm.
We love
Loot
microtransactions.
boxes.
Loot boxes.
in essence, though, like it's like a design challenge to do for VR because a part of you want to have that feeling of charging up or whatever, but it's exhausting. It really is. And if you're gonna do this on hours and hours and end, like you can't be asked. It's too much. So how do you simplify that design to make it possible for people to actually do this on hours on end? You
Have
do want to use your
different
hands. Oh yeah. Like a wizard is a perfect example. Like if you want to make. So here's my sort of design philosophy. A rogue might just go like this, and just instant 20k DPS, and an archer might need to do this goddamn movement to do 20k DPS. And a warrior likewise, he has 2 or a 200 sword. He just like wiggles the belt a little bit, and then in 20k DPS. And the wizard throwing fire.
Fireball! Fireball! Fireball!
So the Clash of Clans, they could go calm down.
My bad.
The design philosophy is like sort of how much movement do you need to do in order to pull off that amount of DPS? So how do you balance that? Like it's like, and it needs to be tuned so low that even someone with lung cancer can play it, kind of, because it needs to be available for everybody.
I have no
And
idea
is
how that would work.
It's a real design challenge for VR MMOs today, I'd say. Like even in the best one that I've tried yet, which is Zenith, there are, I remember I was playing. You have these combos, and you need to sort of do patterns and throw shit and change up. They have done good. There's not really a lot of movement in that game, though, in comparison to the other one I played, where it was the archer, and I had to do this for repetitive movement on absolutely everything.
Yes.
But still, like you get the point. It's a real challenge. And I
You can
think that
do
is the main
the
reason why-
Naruto hand things.
That requires you to have an index.
Oh yeah. Damn.
Or index controllers anyway.
Well,
But that's there are that one wizard game on Steam. What's it called? It looks absolutely garbage, kind of.
Oh, the arena one?
I shouldn't say that. Yeah, where you draw spells and like certain
Oh, God.
patterns and.
Is the like one
And then you,
Oh,
like,
you draw
fire
spells. I
line.
thought you was
Yeah,
talking
yeah,
about the
yeah.
one where you put them in a pot.
No.
I thought you was
It's
talking
like
about that one. I was gonna look up the name for that.
It's like a 1v1 wizarding duel game where you need to have a wand and you draw patterns like hieroglyphs or something to throw spells at your enemy.
I mean,
the better
look,
you
I
draw
think
it,
it's
the more
a-
powerful.
I think with that it's
Yeah.
pretty interesting because if someone's a fan of Harry Potter, that's down on their alley.
Yeah,
That's true.
I mean it's a good design, and I remember that one Harry Potter game where Hagrid was basically triangles.
PS1 Hagrid.
but do you remember?
It's the
Do you
PlayStation one
remember?
with the
Yeah.
8-bit Harry comes in the shack.
I love PlayStation 1 Hagrid.
The spell casting system in those old Harry Potter games, we needed to remember the joystick movements to go into battle. That was super fun. Like I remember it so good. And there's also that one game called Magica, made by that Swedish developer.
Yeah, I like Magica.
And Magica have that,
Those
you have
combos.
elements that you combine to make more powerful spells. And, once you start learning these combos, what they do, how to do these insane combos, you can reach far into it. And I remember I found that so incredibly fun. I think I was one of the few people who actually grinded the arena above 100 or whatever alone because I just figured it out. Kind of
Jeez.
a loophole in it. I think it was patched after a while because I think it was like erase undead was sort of the gimmick. So what you would do is that you would just raise endless undead that would sort of tank everything while you DPS'd. So in between the pulls, when you had time, you would just raise, and you needed to. The combo for raising undead was just a nightmare. Just like I think like 15 or 20 keys
Yeah, sounds
that
about
needed
right.
to be put in a pattern, maybe even 25. I don't remember. It was absolutely insane. But yeah, like something like that in VR, like. Give us a Harry Potter game for God's sake in VR or something. It would be fun.
That would be fun.
Where you needed to sort of use your wand in a specific patterns.
Well, what would be
Don't
cool with that
fucking make
is
people say Wingardium Leviosa. But
I was gonna say make people say that. I think that'd be cool. You make people say
Oh my
that.
God.
You
I mean,
got microphones with headsets, so
Yeah.
voice recognition for what you actually try to do will also be cool.
That'd be
as
sweet.
long as the VR Harry Potter has PlayStation 1 Hagrid. That's the
The
only
poverty firm is
one.
a background meme.
Oh my God.
That'd be fun though.
He's like.
So if you had to
8
say something
polygons.
to get it, like maybe once you get to level 100, you could just flick it and you're good. But up
It's
until then.
Leviosa, not Leviosa.
Harry.
Harry.
Ruddle
Just
Weasley.
Dumbledore said calmly.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Oh my goodness. Yeah,
Then you can make that
don't wanna-
multiplayer. Then you just run up to people like we are here and just be like Avada Kedavra, and you're dead.
I'm been casting Wingardium Leviosa on people, I'll be honest. Just people fly away.
What was that one spell? What basically blinded people? It was just a very light on the end of your wand. can just see
Lumos.
Lobby.
I think it was Lumos.
Yes, I could just see Lommies
Lumos
of
Maximus.
just flashbacks going on.
The flashbangs.
Oh, did you know? Oh my God! In VR, that would be a nightmare. Though. Lumos Maximus. Ah!
But that's
You
not
can't
even
see,
a battle
it's it.
spell.
Huh?
Exactly, so it would be able to be used in a safe zone.
See, that one hurts you in real life.
That's the true battle spell. It hurts you in real life.
You just get a group of people and all just throw Lumos Maximus one pass, just white. Boom.
But at the same time, we're back at the same thing you was talking about with the bow. people will get tired of the hand being up after a certain while.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just flicking your wrist isn't really that much work in comparison to you pull your whole arm up and do this motion all the time. Like doing a couple of flicks with your wand is way less work than actually pulling something from behind your back. So yes, you get tired. Fair enough. But you would never get tired of, that one spell,
Just
Accio.
play sitting down.
Accio bomb!
Play sitting down, get your armrest out, and you're good. No strain here.
Yeah, you need like an armrest, so you just sit and just do this.
So
I
just
wonder
be
how
turning
bright
back into Beat
Expecto
Saber.
Patronum would be.
Your Patronus? Are you wondering what your Patronus would be?
No, I'm wondering how bright it would be.
Just everyone would just be flashbanging.
Everyone would be flashbanging each other. That's what would have happened.
You just see a bright bird fly at your face.
But yeah, I totally could see a Harry Potter game have great success in VR, even if it wasn't an MMO, just a multiplayer game.
Yeah,
I bet
Just
it
like
could have some form of success.
I have a feeling though Meta would try and buy it or something and be like Quest standalone.
You
Oh, then everyone's-
What's the name now? The Quest is now just instead of Oculus is now Meta.
It is the meta.
They just adapt it into the metaverse as a game. You have to play metaverse. in
Oh,
order to
no.
play it.
Well, the metaverse actually already exists with all the multiplayer games. The metaverse is not new to gaming. It's new to VR. Don't get me wrong, but gaming in general, the metaverse has already been existed for
But then there's
many
like
years now.
Meta's metaverse.
It's just a bunch of
Yeah.
wizards running around with no legs.
Yeah. They'd call it magic or something, I know it.
Hagrid has no legs.
Oh no. Just a boulder.
Shouldn't have
A
said that.
floating boulder.
Not a boat.
Yeah,
it's a rock.
if they make a Harry Potter video game for VR, it's gonna be for Quest. It's gonna happen, and the meta might just be a bitch enough to say Quest only.
That would be sad.
Yeah, exclusives are sad regardless.
Are there any other like MMOs in VR though, other than like the two you talked about? Really, maybe all the other ones that have like
There are
come and gone.
There are a couple. I don't remember the name of any of them except for Your World Highlight, which I've never heard about actually. So that was new to me. No, but there is another one. But I remember absolutely nothing of it except the other one I just explained that I don't remember the name of. There is another one I don't remember the name of. So yeah, I'm very useful today. Clearly.
Well,
Good job, Kenny.
I can say of a VR MMO which I enjoyed. It's a medieval MMO, right? And the premise of the game is to. I actually don't know the premise. Actually, there's not really any premise to it.
You're both
So
useless.
basically, in the game, you was actually able to actually lean down, pick up a stick, pick up some dried grass, like fetch, and pick up a rock, and you would actually combine them together in different ways to either get a hatchet. For example, the dried grass you put on top of the stick, you get a torch, or you put a stone on the top.
Yeah.
It would be a hammer.
Crafting.
Yes, there's a whole crafting thing, and that's at the beginning. once you get into the wild, when you got your basic tools, it's open like mad. You got a cave you can go and explore. You can go to a lavish forest.
Are you
can
talking about that
just
a
Township Tale.
town? Oh
Yes.
Wait for that. Wait with until the game highlights section after the break.
Oh, right. Okay, sorry about that.
We need to save some of the gunpowder, right? We don't have too much gunpowder today.
I mean, one MMO that's in VR chat I know of is Project Irongrad. If you like SAO,
yes.
then you have Project Irongrad. It's not finished. It's continuously developed because they're planning on doing every floor.
Jeez.
All the floors for the tower. But you can go and get weapons, go and attack boars and stuff. You can even fight one of the bosses from the anime. The first boss in the anime that they show.
Interesting.
An anime.
Yeah, the SEM
Yeah.
anime.
Oh shit, Bobby, what time are we on?
We're at
Bobby?
38 minutes.
The time is 2 a.m. and 11 minutes.
We're almost at 40 minutes.
What is that microphone you're using?
He's
This one better?
It's
It's like all the way across the room.
it sounds like a lawnmower.
Well, he is, isn't he?
I mean, yeah, he is all the way across the room.
Kenny, we're almost at 40 minutes.
Sorry, producers having technical issues. Alright, almost at 40 minutes. That's perfect. I do have something to move swiftly on to though. We can probably spend 10 minutes on Dragonflight, the upcoming WoW expansion, and then I have some 5-minute stuff before the break. So, as for, World of Warcraft, we mentioned this earlier, they have Dragonflight coming out, and I know for a fact that you Hang Tight is going to be playing, Sin, you're going to be playing too, and we have our guilds. So I'm curious, you, especially you, Sin, you've played WoW for quite some time. How
My whole life.
how do you feel about this new expansion? Like, Blizzard have pushed out so many expansions now that how are you feeling different towards this than you have been towards others?
Well, for Dragonflight specifically, I feel like they had more time added into it, so it's a little more smooth than the more recent ones, because of like Activision pushing for releases and stuff. But for this one, they're actually going back to some of the old ways. Like they're having specialization for professions, if you like the profession aspect of WoW. So ultimately, it just seems like altogether it was more prepared.
What about you, Hangtide? What do you think about that? The new expansion?
I don't know. I haven't looked at any of it. I just bought it. I haven't played any of the pre-patch. I've been playing Call of Duty too much, but I play on and off. I play for like 2 months out of a year, then I'll drop it. So I'll play it for. I'm gonna play it no matter what.
You're gonna play it for more than 2 months.
Maybe 3. And then I'll go back to Call of Duty.
It do be fun in Call of Duty.
I'm just in World of Warcraft
I'll wait for
PvP, then stop when I get bored.
Right.
You're gonna be raiding.
Nah, I'm good. Just gonna PvP.
I said you're gonna be raiding as Guildmaster.
Well, I'll find a different guild.
Goodness.
The drama ensues.
Oh my goodness. Officer chat is gonna be lit after this podcast.
I will say, there's going to be some rules set up after Dragonflight comes out for officers, so you can decide if you
Rules?
don't want to be an officer. Yes,
This is getting too hectic.
there's not many, but
I'll just be a
you
pawn.
are officers of a guild.
I'll
you
be a
have
pawn.
to-
I will demote myself to pawn so I can just do whatever the hell I want.
I'm demoting myself to janitor at this instant.
The revolution begins.
I don't mind sitting there for hours promoting you back to
I'm in the
officer.
promote button and I'm trying to demote myself.
just as fast as you demo, I instantly promo. There's actually
But
add-ons
yeah.
for that. I could set it up where it just auto promotes you back.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, I feel like my battle has been lost already. But regardless, like we are definitely going to be spending a lot of time playing World of Warcraft in the coming week because it releases on Monday, if I'm not totally mistaken.
Yeah.
I know I won't have time to play too much of it before I go back to Norway because I'm traveling again. So and I have stuff to do at work before then, so I won't have too much time. I might not even reach max level before then because I have another project that is high on my list currently.
I looked up data. It says the shortest time someone's gotten is 4 hours to max level, so it can take roughly 4 hours if you
to
get
get
70.
Really?
Yeah,
I don't think he's on speedrunning mode yet. He's not going to use every bug and glitch.
it's no bugs, no glitches.
Oh.
I'm all for speedrunning. Tell me more.
I mean, I can send you the website that has the path, but a lot of people will get stuck on side quests, and there's some side quests that you shouldn't do, otherwise you're going to slow down yourself a lot. Like there's profession side quests and stuff that you need to avoid in order to speedrun. Which actually, I'm gonna try for world's first to max level.
Are you going for it? Oh my goodness.
Storm Rage,
You're
that's gonna be
be
crazy.
that one, preparing like 80 dailies and just finishing them up or something.
I already have all the consumables for the level for leveling. I've already prepared consumables and I already know what probably the fastest class to do it on is. Hunter, if you want to know.
I'm rooting for you. Are you going to be streaming your progress or something?
Yes, I'm going to stream and not stop streaming until I hit max level.
I have to do all my homework first.
I hope the servers are gonna have shit themselves or something, so it'll take 12 hours. No, I'm sorry.
I will say, for those of you interested, Dragonflight release the 28th at 6 p.m. Eastern.
That's like tomorrow.
You know the time. Yeah,
that's not. That's in 2 days.
It's in 2 days.
That's in 2 days. That's what I said.
Well, if they did it on Black Friday,
Almost
they would have
a
gotten
month.
more sales than not on Black Friday.
Yeah. So
You've been able to buy it for a while now.
It's up there. It's for sale. But yeah, no, we need to. We have spent too much time already on this. I have some other interesting shit. I wonder if you could look up a link for me, Bobby, while we are doing this. If you can you go on to a website called Unbound? No, shit. What was it called again?
Very prepared. Good job, Kenny.
Hang on. Let me just send you a link. I'll look it up. It's a treadmill. All right. It's not something that's for sale. It's likely never going to be for sale. It's
A VR treadmill.
You mean those multiversal treadmills where people can actually run on in virtual reality?
Yes, I do mean that. But a shit one. So honestly, I shouldn't be so mean because this is like a hackathon project. With like, it's not really designed for consumers. It's more like a demonstration of technology, I guess.
Yes.
It's hang on, let me just find it, then we can look at the video together. It's very interesting. It's like all I have to say. All right, here it is. Is this the demonstration? No, it isn't. All right, well, we can play this. We can play more videos. All right, Bobby. Here goes.
Right.
Shit. There you go. But yeah, it's a motor-operated treadmill. So it has pads or platforms that you put your shoes on, and it spins. It's motor-driven, so it has traversable platforms, and it spins on an axis. So it spins and it pushes on, so that you have like an axis where your feet can move in either direction. So it looks absolutely crazy. It looks like something out of a sci-fi movie, and it looks like it couldn't possibly work at all, and it really doesn't. But yeah, it's like a project, and I find it fun, which is why I thought to share it. They call it Taco VR. Then you'll see why.
Just gonna mute that.
What video you want to play today?
Just gonna mute the music for now.
Yeah, just mute the music for now.
What you're talking about, it does
Bobby, you can
definitely
pause it
seem like we
if you
get
take
into
ownership.
the Ready Player One type of
There you go.
treadmill. Oh, is this the? Oh,
Yeah, it was there. It was there for a split second.
Is it getting?
Oh.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, there's no sound.
Yeah, just turn up the sound.
well, you turned it off.
There is no sound.
There is a little bit of sound.
I don't hear any sound.
Alright, that is no sound.
There
But yeah, do you see what I mean? So it has like these. It folds out like a taco, and it has this platform that is motor operated. It spins, and it has these traversable platforms as well for your shoes.
So you're not
So that's how
actually
it
like
works.
walking or anything. You're just sort of like wiggling.
You're wiggling and spinning about.
I'm
I
just
thought that'd be a
imagining
bit
someone.
disorientating. If you tell someone to actually go up and walk, they'll probably put their foot over and then slip over.
I'm
don't
just
think you-
imagining someone falling on that. It looks painful.
Oh, definitely.
So if you play the other video I sent you, Bobby, it shows it in operation, so the proof of concept. But bear in mind, this is like a hackathon project. It's not really something that will ever be feasible, but it is a demonstration of technology, I guess. And for that, I enjoy it. Like, props to those who built this in like a week or less. Like, usually hackathons are 2 days or a week, where you get to build something crazy. And this is what they built, and it looks crazy. Look at this. Like it's like a proof of concept. So imagine that those are the shoes, right?
Oh, so if you pick up your foot, it does
Yeah, it sounds
track it to an extent.
sounds like a goddamn grinding.
Yeah, it doesn't sound. I don't think they lubed those gears up.
Put some wheat down there and it can make some flour for you.
I'm looking at that. What would happen if the actual person starts to lose balance and starts to fall backwards? Would it try to calibrate that, or would it just?
Probably just say, "Hey, fuck you, you fell."
I don't know. Like, listen, as far as
Because I
it
don't think
looks,
that's fast enough.
No, of course not. Of course not. But it is a demonstration of technology. Like, this would never be fast enough to be
is.
reasonable or whatever. But it's a hackathon project, right?
Yeah,
not
it's
really-
cool.
it's cool. Like someone built that in a week or less. And that's the only reason why I find it cool. Like they made a treadmill, working one, albeit extremely slow. You know, the concept is there.
They already have treadmills that kind of do the same thing. They're circular treadmills that you're strapped on by your waist, and it's
Oh, yeah. The what's it called? I don't remember. But yeah, they've been covered on. We've covered them before, but and yeah, those are currently the status quo, I guess, in terms of quality. But still, you know, props to the dude who made it, I guess.
Oh, definitely.
By the way,
It's very
Kenny,
interesting.
when are we giving away the egg chair? When do we get an egg chair to give away?
Egg chair, egg chair, egg chair.
What was the cost? What was the price for the egg chair?
It was
Was
like
it like
500 or 400 bucks or something.
It was actually pretty
That's
cheap.
like less. It's actually less than I spent on the Thunder Trackers. wasn't
Yeah,
it? in
yeah,
terms
it's
of-
cheaper than
It's
both
less
the
than
Thunder
on an
Trackers.
index.
Yeah.
It's cheaper than an
But
index.
by the look of it, it sounds like an extremely high price.
Oh, in
For an
case
egg
you
chair.
weren't aware, the egg chair is like it's how do I even explain the egg?
It looks like a little egg
So-
that you sit in.
So it's all packaged in this like weird oval shaped thing, and then you pull it out and set
Are
it
you
up,
talking
and
about
then
it looks like an egg and it's just like an egg-shaped hole and you just sit back in it?
Yes.
This is even way off too off topic that I'm comfortable with. But and we need to go to break, right?
Oh, we're doing.
We've had it.
it's me this
God
time.
Damn tracking. So yes, we need to go to break. After the break, we're gonna have our interviews with someone who is wheelchair bound. That will tell us more about their experiences with VR and how that has shaped their life and changed it for the better, I guess. And we'll have our usual world highlights and game highlights. We'll talk more about Zenith and Township Tale as well. So
Township
stay
Tale.
tuned until after the break. We'll be right back.
You in my eyes.
Welcome back to the virtual podcast post break, the 29th episode. Thank you so much for tuning in, especially thanks to you who tunes in live. Yes, as promised, we have someone here who are wheelchair bound, who's using VR to experience the world. And I'm very curious to hear about your feelings on this. But before I get ahead of myself here, Cutie Eli? Like, how do you do
Eli.
that?
Eli.
Eli. All right, Cutie Eli. Welcome so much to the virtual podcast. You are wheelchair bound, right?
Yes, I'm in a wheelchair.
So tell me, how has VR affected your quality of life? That's like my main question that's burning on my mind.
Well, before this, before being in VR, I had a lot of limitations, mainly steps and things like that. I couldn't go hiking with my family or anything in the woods. Upon going into virtual reality, I started to realize, like, hey, I got legs. I can actually go walk through the woods. I can climb mountains, go swimming even. And it really changed my life. I actually had a moment of tears because of it. When I first came into VR in the Rift,
Oh my
it's funny, my
goodness.
first original headset was not the Rift. I started in VR actually as a no legs person in another platform. And then about 2 years of that, and I finally said, I need something more. I can't do it. And so went with the Rift CV1, the original, and have been in that one ever since. And I love it.
Wow, so you've actually had VR then since the original Rift. Is that, do I understand
Mhm.
that right? Oh my goodness!
Even before that,
been-
I've been in since the original Go.
Oh,
Was my
really?
headset.
Wow.
All right.
Yes. So
Wow.
You got
my
all some good
goodness.
old play OGs on here then.
A lot of
Yeah.
OGs.
Real OGs.
yes.
So, you say, and now you mentioned to me during the break and before we even went live that you do dancing in VR. Like,
I do.
So how does that even like? Yeah, I'm bet.
It's
Can you talk
complicated a
about
little
that?
bit. The way that I do it is I have what's called Play Space Mover, and it's able to help me doing like dips and twirls and different moves that you could do if you were standing. I'm able to go dive underneath someone and come up from the front of them, facing them and be like right there in their face. And I would never be able to do that if I didn't have the play space mover. So it's kind of nice to have on top of being in virtual reality as well. So there's a couple different things that help me, to work different moves.
Yeah, I know for a fact there's been other tools developed or mods for VR chat that has been, instrumental in the accessibility of the game altogether, right? So I'm curious,
Yes.
have there been any modifications for or add-ons for VR chat that you've used before
Just
the
the
anti-cheat?
Just that the anti-crash was a big help to me. When they had those mods, it really helped me to, because I have a lower end PC due to my income. So having the anti-crash was really helpful. Unfortunately, it's not allowed anymore. So it has stalled my dancing actually. I'm not dancing at the club that I typically dance at, which is the Loading Sensations. Great club if you ever get a chance to take a look. They're a lot of fun. And they've been very welcoming, honestly. I'm the only dancer out of all of the dancers that is in a wheelchair, and they welcome me with open arms. They sit there and treat me no different than they do any other dancers. And I've been told that I'm actually so good at the moves that I do that I don't even look like I'm in a wheelchair. So that's kind of, a confidence booster to me to be able to do something like this, honestly. It helps my confidence, helps me to motivate anybody else in my situation who might be thinking in their head, hey, I can't do, what anyone else can do. Well, in reality, you actually can in virtual reality. So it's what I'm trying to put out there.
Yeah, I can. It's absolutely like I have a friend. No, he's not really a friend of mine. He's an acquainted, I should say. He's an older fellow in his 50s who he is also now bound in bed for the rest of his life. And I've tried to suggest to him to, get yourself a VR headset. But the stubborn old man don't want to do anything. Now he only do Sudoku or something. I don't know what he does.
Angry Birds.
Yeah. And it's also good for people, it's also good for people in a wheelchair that maybe they're limited to getting out in the wintertime, like me. In the wintertime where I live, we get tons and tons of snow usually. I mean, this year's been unusually different, but when we do get that heavy snow and the sidewalks are completely covered, having the virtual world to keep yourself social is a big, big difference. And I'm sure that can be said for more than just the disabled community. That can be said for anyone, really. During COVID, when we had, everybody was shut in and not allowed to go out into the stores. I mean, having that virtual headset, you could go in there and you could feel safe. You didn't feel like you were going to get coughed on and there you go, you're getting COVID. It was nice to be able to have that opportunity to still be social during that time. Big lifesaver, honestly.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I just know for my own sake during COVID, like I would never be in VR if it weren't for COVID, to be brutally honest. So yeah, I can only imagine how big of a help it would be for someone who's, disabled in whatever way that may be. So yeah, totally.
Even
and I-
anti-socials are great. This place is great for that because you can come in and just sit in a world where there's a mirror, and there you go. You don't have to socialize. You can just mute yourself and stare at yourself all day.
The dwelling under the
Admire
mirror. Yeah. Everybody does it in VR chat. All right. That's not. Everyone's dwelled.
It's been
at
around
some
like
point in
VR that came
time.
out itself.
I will say, I
So-
feel like the oldest one in here, though. I'm much older than most of you, I think.
Well, you don't really strike me as that old to begin with. I would say you're not much older than.
No.
Actually, I would say you were younger. You're younger
Surprisingly,
than
I
him.
am. I'm surprisingly
that's
much
me.
older. I'm 40,
Oh.
but just turned it this year.
It's not much older. Let's be honest here. Come on. But yeah, I sincerely appreciate you
Okay.
taking the time to come and talk to us, and then allowing.
I mean, I can demonstrate if you want. If you want, I can demonstrate real quick just how the PlayStation Mover works. If you'd like me to just show you a move, I can do.
Oh yeah, please do. But I was just gonna say that you can't really play any music because then it would get
Oh,
copyright
no.
striked, and it would be blocked.
I don't have to worry
in
about
certain
that.
countries.
Everyone,
Yeah,
everyone, make a
I don't know
beat.
about that, but
Alright, so
yeah.
Someone make a beat.
I don't
can,
even need a beat.
just
I don't need a beat. I'm
just,
good.
Bobby, you can take one of these
Basically, just to
overviews
kind
cameras,
of-
maybe, in the corner.
Just to kind of show
like-
you guys what I do.
Just give it a second until Bobby gets the right camera. All right, that works perfectly.
Hang on, wait.
Right.
Why don't we use the hand cam that we never
Okay.
use?
Wait, do we have a hand cam?
Go get the hand cam.
Wait, we do
Go
have
get the
a-
hand
oh,
cam.
I completely forgot about the hand
Yeah,
cam.
Bobby's got the
I
hand
forgot we
cam.
had that.
Look, Bobby, I can hold it, and you just spam it.
Kenny,
Okay.
remember to hold on your shoulder.
You
Like a
just
real
tell me when you're
cameraman.
ready.
Go back. Move it back.
Spam it, Bobby. Just spam it.
Keep going back. Oh.
You just tell me
A
when
little
you're
bit
ready. I'll
up.
show you.
Yeah. You
Up.
had it, you had
Yeah,
it.
right there.
There we go. Perfect.
Okay, ready?
Yeah. Kenny's wandering back
Okay.
over.
So, just so you guys can, know a little bit of what I do, in order to do a dip, you have to hold your thumb, and it takes you down. So you can do a dip. I also can do a twirl. And I can take it and go into a full-on sitting position, and I could take it and go out and under, and then just lift. So it's definitely those are just a couple of little moves that I do. It's different on
It
a
looks-
person. So, like for instance, if I were on him, if you want to just take it and go down and come up under,
Holy cow.
that's pretty much then you're behind them.
That's crazy.
Wow.
So-
Okay.
And it's the
It
same
looked much-
directional. If you go this way.
I have to say, it looked much more elegant than I ever thought it would be.
Yeah.
it's
It's
pretty
like-
smooth.
Elegant and like
Oh, no,
natural.
elegant as a swan. You kidding me?
It's
I
a
mean-
lot of practice. I've done this for the entire time I've been in VR. Is when I actually started being a dancer. So, gosh, that's been 4 years that I've been doing it,
Wow.
and
Oh,
it's a lot of
my.
practice. And I've had a lot of people that I've mirrored that are full body dancers, and I've watched how they do it and everything, and that's kind of what I've practiced off of. So had time to hone my skill, I guess you could say.
Right. Oh yeah, that's amazing. It's absolutely
So there you
incredible.
go.
Like, yeah, thank you so much for sharing.
You're welcome, and thank you for letting me show you.
Anytime. Guardian.
Yeah.
Good sir. We could probably spend 5 minutes on YouTube before we have to move on to the world highlights and whatnot.
All right.
If I remember correctly now, please correct me if I'm wrong, but you do effects effects, visual effects, right?
No, that might be more
I
his
believe that's
style.
me.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
yeah,
was
it's
I'm an
you,
him.
but
avatar
wasn't-
creator.
I thought.
I do the
Oh, you
part of
make
the
avatars.
Blender.
I
he
make
makes
avatars and
yes.
tutorial videos, and I also
Oh, show
do,
me the drone.
Oh yes, I have
You have a
this
drone?
drone.
A drone?
A drone.
Huh.
Can I?
Just above it.
So impressed by that. I love it.
And it
It
could
has
is
move
a remote
independently.
camera on it?
controllable. Yes,
It's
it
already
does,
got a camera
actually.
on it.
Yeah, it's got a controllable camera, so basically I can have a screen pop up. Only I can really see it. Where the fuck's the drone? There it is. Boop, boop, boop. Nope. I need to get back to the menu on this hand. There we go. I can. I don't know how well it's working for other people because I've recently discovered that it has some issues with connectivity, but you should all be able to see it in the middle.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I see it in the middle.
And you
Yeah,
did
because
that?
I'm a remote controller. And... Yes.
Holy
I had a
cow!
lot of help with some of my friends, but yeah, completely remote controllable. It's also I'm a big tech enthusiast, so I put a lot of turned it off. I could put a lot of like usable stuff on it, like a light.
Oh wow.
Oh,
Yeah,
dynamic
So,
lighting.
like,
cameras.
you can follow my
Cameras picking that up pretty good too.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually
Um,
useful for horror maps.
So
Yeah.
Cheat codes.
Easy to do.
yeah, it will.
Cheater.
There we go.
Oh, it's stuck in here. Hang on.
Most horror maps give you, yeah. Most maps give you a torch, but you don't want to fucking hold it all the damn time, so you can just have this guy follow you. And if you needed, you could do the headlock, turn on the camera, and then I don't know if you guys can see it. I'm pretty sure you can't. But I
No.
got this like screen in front of me,
I
which is
can't see
the
it.
drone's camera.
It's only local.
Yeah, it's a local thing.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Cool.
So you'd have to get the avatar.
I see.
I also got this little speaker. I didn't actually turn it on. That's just gets to the
There it is.
submenu. There it is.
is The boom blaster.
So with this speak,
Don't
yes,
step on it.
I actually have
Nice.
some attached. I have some attached audio sources on there, but they're all empty. So then when people get the avatar, they can apply their own music. So then it has like a kind of audio drop off. So if you walk away from it, it'll actually sound like it's coming from the speaker.
Ah.
At this point, I'm just doing an avatar showcase.
This is all cool stuff. I've never seen this.
Tell me more about your experience. Like you obviously you create avatars and you've created plenty of
Yeah.
exciting assets here. But tell me
Yeah.
what brought you into starting to make VR chat avatars altogether? Like what was your ticket
You
into
should have
that?
asked me that.
Well,
Well, you can answer the same
Sorry,
question
carry
if you
on.
want
answer it
to.
as well.
Go on.
You're
He
asking, yeah,
said
good
it to you
chance.
first. He said it to you first. Go on.
Yeah. So, I kind of got into avatar creation because I kind of met a few other avatar creators before I knew how to do anything, and commissions were always so high, like $300 US, which would be like $400 for me, because I'm in Australia. So
Oh.
after time, kind of like learning a little bit more and more, and then I started tinkering with color changes and doing stuff back when 2.0 was a thing. Trying to learn how to do like I didn't know how to do anything. The way I didn't even know that you could hue shift in Unity. So when I got an avatar, I would take it into paint.net and actually physically change the textures.
In
Just to change the
paint?
textures to the
Oh
right
my
page.
goodness, my guy.
Well, Paint.net. Paint.net's slightly better than Paint. Now I use Critter, which is kind of like a free,
That's what I did
dumbed
this.
down Photoshop.
That's how I did
And it's
this.
super good. Yeah, exactly. Now I got things like I still use Critter because it's like impeccably useful. I mainly use it now to get my tattoo alphas for in Substance Painter, which is kind of where I textured all of this. I also got to the point of learning how to make my own clothing.
Right, so you
So
use
now I
Substance Paint
pretty
as
much
well. You know,
don't-
that is sort of the professional level of texturing tools, right?
Yes, they use it for video games, and I think also some advertisements. Advertisement companies would use it to create 3D renders of their environments. So think of like this entire place. This already has all of the kind of textures you would use. It just needs like a better lighting engine. Something that Unity just can't do.
Yeah.
So like maybe Unreal or a completely separate program.
Bear in
And
mind,
then
we need
this entire place would look real.
you bear in mind we need to pull like 60 frames per second for the stream as well. And we need to
Yeah, I know.
want to be able to
Well,
have
I'm just
this as
using
well.
that as an example. of
We can
how
do
stuff-
that if you get me a 4090.
I'm just using that as an. What did I
Most
use
high-end specs.
Nice.
Yeah, NASA computers.
Justin, while you're at it, just get a
so
whole new
yeah,
computer.
No, never.
So some of the kind of
Never
work
seen
that
that.
I mainly specialize in when it comes to my avatar creation is actually personal commissions. What I'd like to do is have my clients sit with me so they can nitpick at every little detail that they want. And I'm really good at seeing all the little faults and details in any avatar that I come across. Like for example, underneath your hat, you actually have a little bald spot.
Yeah, it's because the hair shrinks to make the hat look more realistic.
The hair has a blend shape to reduce it so it doesn't flip.
I
Yeah,
have
I actually
this.
do the exact same thing. If you ended up looking underneath all my clothing when I put my jacket on or underneath my legs, you actually see like little.
Rewind a little bit. How did you see my bald spot?
You have a shader
So
error.
when I was standing,
Very good eyes.
It shows up on the stream.
Yeah, I know it does, but
It's
does
when
does it wait.
so
does
when
it,
yeah, it's because it's
I will explain it to you if you let me.
It's
yeah,
okay,
explain,
Kenny.
explain,
So
explain,
the way I was able to is when I was sitting next to you, you actually need to increase the boundary box of your hat asset because what it's doing is it's like flashing on and off when people kind of look at you from the side.
Oh, so how do I do that?
So when I just sort of
can help you
when
later.
you're in Unity, you can actually. Well, yeah, I actually could help you later. You could jump into a VC with me, and I can show you how to increase the boundary boxes on your avatar.
Yeah, that
Just
would
do
be
that
very
when you're
useful.
here,
His
just for
hair
the-
disappears when I look at
You're-
him sometimes.
We're hydrating, so you're just gonna forget later.
I just, for the record,
Like it was in
for
my
the
house.
You
record
know?
here, this is his fault.
this is Sirius's fault.
It's not my fault.
Oh.
Yeah,
This is
because
not my fault.
because it is after him he who flipped the hat. So
Oh no.
I think, yeah, I flipped the hat, but it still disappeared. It's the shader issue, not the hat itself. It's the shader, which you
oh
have.
yeah, shader
Actually,
issue.
no, you can. It's actually not necessarily the shader. You can just increase the boundary box, and that stops that kind of stuff from happening. Because what the boundary box is it's essentially a kind of like box that tells the game to render in the asset. So if it's a bit bigger than the asset, then it's not being like super tight and close, and doesn't have the small fraction of cutout. Because when you don't look at an asset, it tends to like despawn, so then it's not being rendered if you're not looking at it. That's what a lot of video game assets do, video game engines do. One of the best examples I have is probably Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. If you actually kind of hack the camera to go into unusual places, you'll see that everything behind Link, well, everything behind the camera, does not render in except for like enemies and basic environment. Like all the trees and grass and a couple of other particle assets.
Isn't
all
that the
spawn because
the
you're not
case
looking
in
at it.
Steam VR as well? Like you don't render whatever you're not
Yes.
looking at.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Same thing.
All it shows
Otherwise, your
is the
computer
rendering
would
around
be on
here.
fire.
It doesn't do the
Hmm.
entire 360.
Essentially-
So
It
no
just
one
does
behind
the
me
field
exists
of
right
view where
now.
You can actually see.
Basically.
Technically.
So essentially, what happens is there's a cone that would be attached to your like display asset. That kind of just this is the cone of rendering everything in.
Wow, very
That's
interesting.
one of the reasons why that one VR headset had issues. I don't remember exactly what it was called, but I think it was the Pimax. I think it's called. It had issues because
the
you had
Pimax
so
VR
wild,
with the
like a
bigger
wide,
lens.
you had the wide field of view. You could see things render in because Steam VR wasn't designed for that field of view.
Oh, makes sense.
But yeah,
Another thing that I'm trying to get into doing is making avatars for all the VR chat clubs, because I'm pretty sure most of the clubs just get someone on their staff to make avatars for the lobby. But what I want to do is make like quality, good-looking, completely optimized avatars for like everyone, so then they can have like really nice quality avatars, because a lot of clubs don't provide optimized avatars, and then they just lag out because everyone brings in their super heavy avatars
Right.
that has like 3 hairs, 5 sets of clothing,
300 megabytes.
and then like the
Maybe didn't
entire
look at
kitchen.
me.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I did this.
I've never done such a thing.
Me neither.
Like all the avatars that I make, I try to keep them down to like a minimum, or should I say maximum, of like 2 sets of clothing, preferably 1 hair, reduce down the toggles, because like if people want like whatever colored hair, they're going to just edit the model anyway, so they don't need a scroll wheel to go through the entire
Yeah,
rainbow of haircuts.
you know, a hue shift is more than sufficient
Yeah.
in most cases, right? So
Yeah, but like even that I still don't do, because people will just change the hair to the color they like and then upload the avatar.
oh my goodness, is that the time? I'm so sorry, but thank you. You know, it's amazing to have you both on here to after the break. Just
Do you want to ask him real quick before, how he got into avatar making?
yeah, sure. Before we skip over to world highlights, yeah, of course. How did you, Herobrine, get into avatar creating to begin with?
Incredibly amount of boredom.
Fair enough.
But no, that's not all of it.
That's fair. That's fair.
That's a good answer.
The end.
Yeah,
But no, I first
Let's get into it.
that's the most honest answer.
doing this type of stuff was the first time I did this type of stuff was Gary's mod, actually, way back in the day. I would make old maps and stuff, and like old servers and stuff. For example, I think one of the old servers, I'm not management of that no more, that I helped create was like a Harry Potter server, which you was just on about a second ago.
Sorry, I was.
It's still running. It's hilarious today.
Oh, really?
But then and then once I played VR chat, I was like, oh, okay, let's have a look what it actually uses. Sort of used Unity, and it uses Blender to make Blender. You make everything from Blender. for example, Unreal Engine 5, you the base thing you do is Blender.
And one of the things.
Well, I'm not a Blender geek. If anything, this one over here is more the Blender geek than I am.
Oh yes.
But I
like that you agree on this.
but I mostly
Well, at some point,
specialize in particles, like show off big highlighted particles.
Yeah, I've actually seen some of your particles. Hangtide has too, and they are incredible. Like you make these particle shows, right?
Yes, I do. And loads of people are wowed by them. A lot of people ask me out for commissions, but don't really take me months to actually finish because it's not. It takes a long time. It takes a long time making a particle, and depending on what they want and how they actually want it. And just like Guardian here, I normally sit them down, I ask them questions of what they actually want and all. And I do it. For example, me, Guardian, and I don't know what the guy is called, but we're working with some. Yeah, Focus. We're creating these little crop world at the moment. He's doing the Blender work I'm doing the particles and stuff. So currently I made flashy effects like stage effects, and I made a portal for the portal. And but look at there's pillars with like cauldrons under it. I'm gonna put a fire particle. I'm gonna put that in there.
Nice.
That'd be fun. Fire.
That could be helpful for your little secret project there, Kenny.
I was gonna say, Kenny's looking for someone to do fire particles.
Oh,
It's a secret project, right?
He'll pay you well.
I'm not revealing any secrets other than the fact that you
He's
want
got
fire.
so much to do right now. He's actually going to be creating a virtual home for me and him in virtual reality as well. So he's going to be busy with
Oh,
that.
nice.
Yeah.
I mean to make 9 bedrooms for the 9 kids we got apparently, which I never knew about.
Holy cow!
Oh my goodness.
Always up for it.
Okay, so VR kids is a thing. Yes, we all know it. And unfortunately, I think that comes with my age, honestly. A lot of the kids in VR, they do tend to gravitate towards me because I do come off as that motherly nature. I do tend to care and want to be that, that person that they can come to and, ask for advice on, hey, what should I do with this bully, or what should I do about this girl or guy or whatever, the case may be. I like being that parental figure. And I think that's kind of where it comes from a lot is, just kids looking for, an adult figure that is actually going to be a good parent, because maybe their parents in real life aren't the nicest, A lot of them do come in and say that usually.
Everyone can relate to when they were a kid. Like, you have on and off days with your parents, and it's, only natural that you have days where, they've said no to something and you're really upset about that and you're looking for, a relief valve somewhere, right? So, of course, and it's, like, very sweet.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, I have to sort of push this ahead. We have to get through the world highlights and game highlights and then the plugs. So yeah, thank you so much, Eli, for coming on, for allowing me to interview you. You too, Guardian. It's been a pleasure.
Thanks for having us.
Of course. We have to get on with the world highlights now, and I think I am just gonna start off right away, and with the Chinese bar. That is my world highlight today. So I actually discovered this world by accident. I actually have no idea how I ended up in this place. No clue. Like, I think someone dropped a portal in my face if I didn't know
I
better,
can
because
think
basically
one reason.
No, I wasn't drunk or anything. Like, I was basically out looking for a world highlight for myself, and I already had found one, but this place was much better. Bobby, you can play the video whenever, and if you could skip to the side so we can show the video frame, so you don't cover the video, that would be perfect.
Yeah, love next to me. There you go.
And basically, like, I found my world, I had already recorded it, and then I tabbed back into VR chat, and I saw that world, and I was just mesmerized by, oh my god, this is really high quality. Unfortunately, all the buttons and all the language there are in Mandarin, so you don't understand shit. Yes, it's absolutely beautiful. Look
Just
at
gotta
this.
learn Mandarin.
Wow.
Wow.
That
Okay.
aquarium, by the
Jeez.
way, is absolutely insane. It's crazy,
That is
highly
insane.
detailed.
Can you give it to me after? I want the aquarium alone. Does it have chess?
Yeah, that is like the Chinese chess thing where they skip the black and white
Oh.
pieces or something.
That's not chess. That's
Checkers?
checkers.
Yeah, that's
Checkers,
you said
what?
what?
Yeah.
Checkers you're talking about, but
Yeah,
it's Go.
Okay.
It's Go.
and it has like this underground, incredible rape cave or whatever you want to call
Wow.
it. It's crazy.
I thought that was like an
King
arcade.
type will love
It's
that
like
place.
you can be comfy, but you can also go party. That seems like my
And there's
type
like
of
this
world.
VIP area above
Yeah,
the bar.
exactly.
Oh no,
Oh,
Justin.
where I feel at
Gonna,
home.
if he gets a house, he's gonna have a rape cave in real life.
This is my
Oh,
kind of
yeah,
world.
I
Oh,
would,
definitely.
And there's like this outdoor area by the beach. Like it's really high quality. Yeah, that's my world highlighted. Links in the description for all the world highlights and game highlights.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Do you want to do your
It's
world highlight
nice
now,
looking,
Herobrine?
isn't it?
Yeah, sure. You want me to explain it before you put it on the camera, or do you want me to?
Just explain it while Bobby finds the
Okay.
link. He'll play it once he's ready to play it. Just play it whenever, Bobby. We're trying to kill some time as well.
Gotta go fast.
I'm partial
So,
to
yeah,
horror
seems
maps
how it
myself.
is.
I like the horror
Having him crouch
horror
is gonna be
kind of
funny.
world.
Tell me about your world then, Herobrine. As far as you're the
Siki.
creator of it, right?
Yes, I am. It's indeed.
You built this all by yourself, all the assets, everything.
Yeah, all the assets in Blender and Unity. There are a few bits that I missed. For example, the rocks behind the actual world itself. There's a few rocks missing. But yes, most of all, I did create the world. The mirror took 8 hours because I did not use what does everyone use normally for mirrors? I forgot the name now.
VRC mirror?
No. Well, yes, it was the VRC mirror, but I've forgotten the setup. Anyway, it took 8 hours. It was a hassle.
Oh
there you
my
go.
goodness.
There we go.
That's the Chinese bar again.
It'll get that. Don't worry. It's a little like switching videos in
here it
VR
is, Siki.
is a little.
So
edgy.
I made this out of not really a fantasy theme I was seeing. So I thought it was a bit bored one day, and I thought, hey, might as well get a place with my own and some of the chill. The sword's there from a friend of mine, White Oak. We're not really on talking terms no more, but his reference is still there.
Wow.
Kind of reminds me of
And
the
the-
PS2 game.
Mm-hmm.
I can see that, yeah.
Well, VR chat has limitations. I can't go really high tech, so I thought make it medieval. The tub there's like if you've ever played the Witcher games, he sits in the tub
Yep.
because that's what
Yeah.
baths looks like back then. That's the very top. As you can see, it was still under construction, so I made it under construction.
That's cool.
Yeah, and it's actually a really cool and unique world. there are, making a video of it was actually challenging because of the floor collider somewhere, because it's so defined, like it's mesh collider on everything, so it's so bumpy when I move about.
The grass, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, it's quite
I
a bit
couldn't
of
be
time, and I
bothered
was like, oh my
to-
god, these colliders.
I couldn't be bothered to separate the grass. I did not have the patience to separate every single strand of damn grass. And I could have made it a box collider, but at the same time, that would have been a hassle as well.
But
I could have definitely separated the grass and stuff in Blender, but I did not have the patience for that.
But regardless to the colliders, it's still like an incredibly unique and beautiful world that you've built. And it's also really low poly as well and highly optimized. And there are some, and because it's so optimized, right? You have these dynamic lightings in every other place, right? And it's cool when you notice it. Oh my goodness, there is dynamic lighting.
Yes, for example, you be in the world, and then you be in the main bar itself, and you see two shadows on you because there's different directional lights hitting you at different places. So you would look back, you see a shadow at that end, you see a shadow at that end. Because that's what would happen in real life. It wouldn't just be one light source. There are multiple light sources hitting you at once.
Right.
And as you move around, the light source change because it's all updating lights.
Yeah, that's what I really enjoy with that world, and also like just the sheer fact that you built most of the assets that you use all over the place, because it's really highly detailed as well. Like, it's very well done.
I wanted a new VR chess limitation, because if you make something too big, well, it's just too big. You make something too small, you can't notice it. So I wanted to get like a fine balance.
Right.
Because VR chat and the VR in general is still limited on its technology for how much you can actually load in and how many polygons you can actually have on your screen before you start lagging out. So I wanted something low poly, still recognizable, and actually be able to run.
Yeah, it's a good world. Thank you so much for sharing your world with us.
Yes, no boys.
Sin, your world.
Hello. My world, for those of you that are fans of JRPGs, is a world inspired from Trails of Cold Steel. It's Trista, town, and school. Kenny only showed the train because he didn't know about the rest of the world.
I was about to say I butchered the world.
It's okay.
You butchered it?
I didn't know there were more.
He thought it was just a train ride, but there's a whole actual place to go wander.
I'll let you guys see the train, and I'll explain the rest of the world.
You see, I realized when I was, adding the name in the list or in the title of the video that it's a school and town in the title of the video, but I just saw
can see why you got confused. It kind of just reminds me of, it's just a train track.
It reminds me of Harry Potter again.
Yeah,
from 9 and 3 quarters right there. But it's actually pretty cool, this world. You can ride on
We're
the train.
actually very close to the door that led outside.
Kenny just inches away.
Well, the train station does look cool.
Yeah,
there's like this mouse. I wonder what this is reference to.
Trails of Cold Steel, a video game, like I just said.
And there's the train ride. You can also go between the wagons as well, which is kind of cool.
Yeah. So for the rest of the world, you exit the station and there's like a town common area. There's a tavern slash I think it's also a bar for adults, but when you're a kid and go in there, it's just like sleeping area. There's a pawn shop. There's the school that you can go to, and then there's the building that the main characters stay in, for most of the game. There's actually 2 sides that leaves out of town that goes to some of the field areas that are outside of the town itself. It's rather large.
Oh. Yeah, I'm sorry I butchered the video, by the way.
We'll highlight it.
Until
We'll
it's-
highlight it again.
Nice nonetheless.
We'll just do another highlight.
Yeah, it's
I figured it out when I saw the title, alright? I didn't see the title when I clicked on it and I just like entered the world, started to do my thing, right? And when I was in editing, that's when I realized, oh, this world is called Town and School, and I only saw train.
Wait, you're telling me you sat on that train, right? And as soon as when you stopped recording in the middle of it and just left the world. You didn't like let the train end or anything. You just left.
I did spend 2 minutes on it, alright?
I will say that for those that want to go to the world, the exit from the train station, you spawn in front of that sign that tells you about the world. There's a door directly behind it that you just a straight shot from the back of the sign that you walk to and you can exit.
Right. I'll remember that next time I go there.
And you were at the like stand or like the entrance of the train where it's like the person that you can buy tickets from. It was literally right next to you.
So close yet so
door.
far.
Next time.
Tune in next time.
Hang
The
tight.
train's gonna explode in 5
Thank
minutes.
you for sharing your world, by the way, Sid. Hang tight, your world highlights.
Well, it's obviously a cozy world, because that's basically all I highlight anymore.
It's not the cozy cabin, is it?
No, that's been done. This is
I think that I think that's been.
I think I did that one like probably 12 episodes ago.
God, it's been so long.
Mine is
Nice.
what was it called? Shoot. Winter Company is mine.
Yes.
Oh, I've been there. I love that one.
It is great.
It's beautifully done.
Yeah.
I'm very familiar with that
Its
world.
description is like when you want to feel warm on a cold winter's night or something. Like it's just very warm vibes, very cozy. Like some of these are cozy worlds are like in space and all these places, but this is just like
It's very well optimized as well.
it is.
It's for people that are on a lower computer that have a hard time with heavy worlds. That's a perfect world, honestly. I go there all the time and I love it.
Yeah, it's like a
I
little
believe also
cabin.
You can buy one of the
recognize this,
rooms and customize them for yourself.
Yeah, there's like a VIP area
The
that.
person that made this world, you can buy the world.
Yeah, it's a very nice place.
Nice.
It's all like a cozy, warm
Not the whole world,
cabin.
sadly, but
Little
like one of the rooms, one of the bedrooms.
Yeah, you got the little fireplace.
I'll know it when I
Tons
see
of
it.
rooms, tons of different rooms to go into. Little cat walking around too.
I think the bedroom is at the very end. Yeah, the cats are a little strange.
Close to
though.
the table.
They're magic. They're magical cats. Okay.
It'd be funny if it just like T-posed through the table.
I mean, what's a world without a couple of memes, right?
And you got the hot
The
tub.
jacuzzi as well. I love that.
Oh yeah. It's definitely like
Then you got the outdoors.
you can get tons of people there and sort of get lost. Big enough that you can have a full group in there. Have your own little spaces. Yeah, nice little cozy area.
Oh, we got the records on the wall. Oh, I love that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that's
it's
the room.
incredible.
That's the room right there.
Incredibly
The melon.
detailed. Very
can buy that
detailed
room.
world. Like so much going on.
That room right there.
Yeah, it's,
Yep. That was my
Serious? Have you bought that world? That room?
No, I have bought different worlds from. Remember my cabin in the on the beach? Remember that one? That's by the same
Yeah.
creator. Yeah, that's by the same,
Okay.
same
Buying
creator.
your world. just kidding. Seriously.
Listen, Lucifer makes great worlds. He has tons of worlds that you can check out that are all super high quality. Like one world looks so realistic. He has a picture of like, because he bases IRL houses sometimes too. At least I believe, because there's a picture of a house that looks like someone just took a picture with their phone, and then you see the house in front of you. In VR,
Okay.
it's like you're going.
That's
to
actually
actual
kind of cool.
house. Mm-hmm.
Would be good for real estate.
The virtual
Yeah.
real estate.
No, we're not taking this
No,
again.
I'm talking about so people can see the house and the layout and stuff before they actually.
Oh, like you're talking actual
That's
real
right.
estate. Okay. That would be cool.
Right.
I thought you were talking about the real estate from last episode, and I was like, oh no.
We can talk about that again.
No, we're already at 2 hours. We're already at 2 hours.
We need to push. All right. Hang tight. Do you want to continue on your game highlights?
Yeah, I'll go to my game highlight. My game highlight is in the Humble Bundle. There's a VR Humble Bundle going for the next 10 days. You spend $12, you get 12 games. And they're all really, really cool games. Mine is I Expect You to Die. It is a sort of escape room type game. You're in the role of a spy, placed in these situations where you have to.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you have to
I saw you were playing that
steal.
earlier.
You have to like get information or save the world, and then without dying. And
Nice.
but yeah, this humble.
It's a
Oh, here we go.
Welcome, agent. This
It's
means-
easy to just watch.
This Humble Bundle is $200 worth of games for
Yeah.
$12.
And it has what is it? VR. What is the what's the other game?
I wouldn't get too comfortable. You'll need to be quick. Clever.
I love that you can have a cigar. I'm already bought.
I would buy it.
Wait, it's that game. I remember seeing that.
Yeah, it got really big on like
I
Twitch
bought
and
The
stuff.
bundle already.
You'll surely
And it has some other indie games and some RPG games too. Oh, the freaking submarine level is hard as heck.
and you're off in danger.
He tried to.
I'm sure you'll be our top agent in no time. But to be perfectly honest, and
Out
with
the
all
window.
due condolences, I expect you to die.
That's exclusive for
I
Oculus.
think Sirius crashed.
Oh, R.I.P.
Uh-oh.
R.I.P.
Show going.
Rip and tear in
Yeah.
pieces.
It also has it has
Yeah, that's-
Super Hot in the Humble Bundle, which alone is worth the price, along with this game.
Super Hot. Super Hot. I got completely for free when I got the CV1 headset. When I first
Yeah.
played Super Hot and let everyone else play it, let's just say the opening scene, everyone was freaked out with the robots jumping on you at the opening
yeah.
scene.
It's a great game.
Even a lot of I had to study a few friends of mine who came in my room to actually test out the CV1 and actually play for the first time. And they had the robot suit, but they jumped. A lot of them jumped back or got on the fight bench,
You gotta make sure you catch them.
like a fight and
Nice.
flight response.
Yeah, go buy the Humble Bundle. It's only $12. You get 12 games. Some of them are like indie, sort of small, like storytelling games, but some of them are like this and super hot and like huge games.
Nice.
All right. Nice. Sin, your game?
Hi, my game is called Moss. I don't know if it was originally released for Steam VR, but that's where I originally played it. Well, some of it. I didn't like play it all the way through, but it's a VR game. I think you can also play it without VR if you don't have it. But you play as a mouse, and it's kind of just a platformer.
It's a platform.
That's the main. I think so.
It was
like
originally a
Psychonauts?
PSVR game, by the way.
Oh, really?
Exclusive. Yeah,
Oh, cool.
because I didn't highlight this in my intro, but I originally started VR with PlayStation VR. I even tried to adapt it for VR chat. No, don't do that.
Okay.
I was stuck constantly spinning. It was terrible.
Oh my goodness.
I almost got sick
Oh,
from
here
it.
we go.
Oof.
Yeah. Oh, this one.
Story is not yours alone. No, it is tied to another.
I saw this bit, I thought it looked interesting, but then I saw where the mouse does everything, and I thought, oh, okay, you just show where the mouse where it needs to go, or what it needs to do. So I didn't really end up thinking much of it, I didn't.
Oh, it looks beautiful though.
Is
Yeah,
this a-
I'm a sucker
is this
for
a
video
VR
games
game?
with good art. Yeah.
Oh, it won't look this good when you put on your headset though.
There's actually a second one out too.
Yeah, it looks gorgeous though.
Your bond with Quill grows
But yeah, I'm a sucker for good graphics and good art for video games. I got this for free, luckily, with the PlayStation VR, but
Shall we begin?
Oh, it's a PlayStation VR game.
not. It used to be exclusive. It's not anymore. You can buy it on Steam.
Oh, that's good. So now you can actually
Oh, cool.
reach out and grab stuff. Actually, no, wait. PlayStation VR had the little ones.
Yes and no. You don't have to have the. You don't have to have the ones to use PlayStation VR. If you have a PlayStation
Yeah,
VR
yeah.
headset, you can use a controller still.
Yeah, but that kind of feels like it defeats the purpose of VR. It turns it from
But-
like a video game to just a walking experience.
The problem is you have to buy the ones separate.
Mm.
So if you can't afford getting both the headset and the wands, then you just buy the headset.
Yeah, and then you can always get the ones later.
Indeed.
Yeah,
Thank
I
you for
tried
sharing your
out
game.
a while ago. I tried out.
Go ahead.
Yes.
Okay.
I tried out. God damn, you made me forget what my train of thought for a second. Subnautica. I tried out Subnautica with VR.
Oh, good God.
Oh, nice.
Oh, the people are
Subnautica.
terrified.
Oh, I didn't want to go very far. I just wanted to try it out. And basically, I couldn't use my hands, so I just had my Xbox control. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
so I'm basically
Yeah.
PlayStation VRing this.
I'm so sorry.
And then
You should
Yeah,
be.
the
quickly got
controls
very
are
bored and stopped
horrendous
playing.
on Subnautica VR.
When I played Subnautica VR, I was astonished to a people fit in your hand and you were actually able to grab onto, to the size of your damn head. I looked at it just like, what on
Yeah,
earth?
try finding a Reaper. It's even more terrifying.
Reaper Leviathans, even without being in VR, was still terrifying.
Mm-hmm. They're absolutely
Because
terrifying.
it made the extent of dread that you hear that roar, it's just like, nah, fuck it, I'm out of here. Because it will kill you in one shot. It had a terrifying roar. It was in very important areas of the game you had to actually go to. For example, the ship, the one of the lost like the islands in the depths as well. It was extremely terrifying to Reaper Leviathan.
I stabbed one of them to death.
Okay.
We
can
need
die.
to move on to your game highlight, Herobrine.
Okay, yes.
Tell me about your game highlight today.
So the game I picked out is an MMO called a Township Tale. The reason why I bring it out is because it's not an Oculus exclusive. It's not a Steam exclusive. It's its own game engine. It is.
No, really?
And but what you could do in the game, you could literally, like, I already explained this out. You could pick up sticks and all. You can literally go into a cavern with one torch in hand and a pickaxe in another hand. You've got an entire squad behind you. The backpacks, you have to actually physically make the backpacks yourself. For example, the buckles, you have to get iron, put the iron it into molds, buckle molds, and compress them into buckles. And you actually have to go up to a crafting area, and you will actually have to physically craft it. Here we go. This is the Township Tale. There's no legs, unfortunately. But all the swords, everything you have to make the enemies in the game. It is the main town. You actually chiseled to make your sticks and your tools and all. You actually have blacksmithing as well, like proper blacksmithing. And here's your archery bit he was talking about. And I was very interested because I didn't see no VR game doing this type of stuff. So I thought it was interesting to try out, and I got hooked for a little while.
So silly.
Recruiting the whole town.
Shiny.
They actually chop down the trees. You actually have to physically, actually put some weight into it, and not just do this. You can't just do this. You actually have to put some weight into it.
I've actually played this before.
Okay.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, I've touched the first 30 minutes of the game.
I remember one of my friends getting really annoyed with one of the climbing challenges.
the climbing challenge. There was a new climbing challenge. It was a ginormous tower, like a ginormous tower with the art I saw showed you. You had to actually physically climb it and actually jump to other places. It was bloody terrifying.
Oof.
Once you fell, you was like, fuck, and you fell all the way down. You just died. It's just one of the you had it. But once you completed it, once you completed the actual mission of climbing the actual tower, you gained the ability to, I guess, in VR time, play space but on walls for a limited amount of time, like Zelda.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's right. It gave you the climbing abilities. I never got
for
to
a
the top
limited
of it,
amount of
so I
time,
didn't
like
play it
Zelda.
long enough.
And you could combine minerals as well. For example, iron and copper. You can combine them together. In the game, they call it red iron and red iron tools and so on, which is better than the iron and copper combined, because it was the combined version of iron and copper.
I don't know.
Which
I'm not a
actually makes
metallurgist.
no sense. That makes no sense. I would make a softer
metallurgist.
You're taking a
Knowing how to
harder
combine
substance,
metals.
mixing in a softer substance.
That's how they
It's
did
like
it.
you're gonna
That's how
make-
they did it.
Geologist.
That's how they did it. Okay.
I guess it's
That's how they just did it.
That doesn't make any sense.
This trailer you was looking at, it's an old one, but basically,
My game. Unfortunately, we need to move on. We're already on a time kill here. We're ahead of our ordinary schedule. I'm sorry, but I need to be
we have a lot to
coming
talk
out.
about now, don't we?
Yes, even Bobby is losing his shit back there.
I don't think he's ever done that.
I could probably fill it.
Hello, Bobby. Yeah, it's usually me waving a stick around back there.
So my game, as I already spoiled in the beginning, is Zenith, the Last City. We talked about this briefly earlier, and it is an MMO, and it is in my opinion the best. Best in terms of combat, I should say, MMO out there for VR, that is, and it's also by now by far the largest in terms of player numbers. And they've worked so hard on it, and now with the latest patch, there is now full body tracking there. There are taverns, there are bars, there is full body tracking. They have added it, and it's this game is incredible because we played it, right, and it's like it has it's actually a strange environment because you meet people of all ages, sort of like VR chat, except it's an MMO, and it's beautiful. because there's so many different aspects to it that's well defined. The combat is a little lackluster. It's very light. There's not too deep class designs or whatever, which they will iterate on down the line, and it's like loads of room for improvement for that. The crafting system is exceptional. The combat is really intuitive. It's really fun, exciting, and it makes sense. It's not really very tiring, but it can be tiring for some classes, I should say. But at the same time, it's also it's fun and it's also interesting because you meet people from PSP, from PlayStation to Quest to Rift to PC VR. Like you meet
that would be a
spectrum of people.
experience, yes.
Yeah, it's really cool, and
So wait, you mentioned full body, right?
Yeah, it has full
Does
body.
that actually work?
VR
Can you
full
actually
body.
kick the enemies, or is it just for looks, just like VR chat?
Kick them if you want to.
Honestly, the only game that I would have to say is the hardest thing with full body is Phasmophobia. I tried playing that in my wheelchair, and because of my angle that I'm at, you can't reach. If you're sitting in my position in real life, you can't reach down and get things off your belt. And I've been meaning to speak to the creators of the game to see if there's a way they can maybe implement a sitting position for someone in my situation that might be able to then reach the belt. Would be a little nice if they could do that.
You can use play space move with that and just sort of get it so you can kind of get to your hip.
No, the play space doesn't work.
I did try that, but for some reason it
use it all the
doesn't allow
time.
me to get to the angle.
Yeah, it's
tried it.
weird.
No,
being in
but
the
play
wheelchair,
space,
being
when
in the
you move
wheelchair,
down,
it literally
they
blocks
lose
that
your brakes.
position. Yeah.
I've used play space in that game before and been pretty alright.
You definitely
with it.
find challenges in a wheelchair sometimes with video games that are like virtual and things like that. But I mean, I work around it the best I can, which is kind of nice. And I got friends like him that help me.
I would imagine it would be mostly the wheel that's getting in your way from grabbing everything.
Yeah.
Maybe if you're sitting in a regular
Exactly.
chair, you might be able to reach the things.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's all the game highlights out of the way. Now the last thing we do on the podcast is that we go down and do our plugs. And I'm being brutally honest here, I'm not ready with my plug. Save me.
You never are.
I'll plug.
No, plug.
Kenny,
I'm just gonna.
Kenny, you can plug our guild.
Oh my god.
The guild that we're being kicked out of. I'll do my plug.
This is all the self-harm stuff.
I can start, whether we can go. I'll just plug.
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Since I have no other ideas, I'm just gonna plug Humble Bundle. If you've never done Humble Bundle, it's they pool a bunch of games together for a very cheap price. You can choose your price basically. There's a certain amount you have to spend to get all the games, but for this one it's $12 for 12 VR games, and a certain amount goes to charity. I forget the charity. I chose to donate most of the money. You can split up how you can send like a certain portion to the developers, a certain portion to charity, and a certain portion to Humble Bundle. And I chose like the way I could give more to the charity because I felt like that was the nice thing to do, and I got games to play. So go to Humble Bundle, get some games. I've played 3 out of 12 of them so far, and they're all great. So Humble Bundle.
And then they also have an option if you want to pay the max price. You can also add more money on for donation.
Yeah, you can
Oh, wow.
you can donate as much as you want. You only have to spend 12 to get all the games, but you can spend 100 if you want if you're trying to donate.
You can spend up to 45 in one go. That's what I looked.
Okay, yeah, 45. Boom.
Nice.
And if for some reason you already have one of the games, you can probably just give a key to a friend. So.
I am going to plug Shade of Iran from the raid Karazhan in World of Warcraft Crusade. The raid boss is cool, alright? And his mechanic is that you need to stand in fire when in reality you don't need to do it anywhere else in the game. So that's cool and unique. So yeah, Shade of Iran is cool.
Oh my god. It would have been better just to plug the guild, Kenny.
No.
He is so against
Just
the guild.
plugging a specific spot. I mean, it would help recruit for PvP, so...
Yeah, I love
Yes,
that.
you've been shouting at me to do PvP, and you know what? I will join you on PvP in Dragonflight this time.
I believe in it when I see it, serious, alright?
Whole lie.
Mark my words, I will.
Whole ass lie.
Sin, your plug.
My plug is my Twitch, at my name,
Ooh.
Syntyriel. I stream Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays at 5 to 7, roughly. Or longer, I don't know. And then Tuesdays is 7 p.m. to 9, generally.
Very
And
cool.
also you doing the you're attempting world first in leveling in Dragonflight,
Yes.
aren't you?
If you want to catch my Monday stream this time, I am going to attempt to get world first on World of Warcraft, which is where you're the first person to hit max level for an X-Spec.
Nice.
Very
Herobrine,
cool.
your plug.
I have no idea what a plug is. Unless if you mean the bathroom plug. I'm a bit confused. I thought it was like a slash.
What's your favorite
Yeah,
local
well,
supermarket?
Promotion.
You can promote anything, just something you want to support.
Okay. Well, this is on the Isles of Wight. It's a little shop called Charcoal Grill. Best bloody pizzas in the damn world if I bloody have to figure.
That's a good plug. Pizza is nice.
Pizza is good.
Nice.
Everybody likes pizza.
Gamer food.
The bloody
Gamer food.
I'm lagging out here. Oh, good. But no, sorry. The pizzas down there are bloody amazing. The cheese when you pull it apart in the actual box. Have you ever seen those commercials where the actual cheese sticks on? It's that.
Ooh,
Nice.
the cheese
That
pulls.
sounds good.
Oh,
It comes
That
with
sounds
piping
good.
hot. The pepperoni is the correct amount of crunchiness that you want. The crust is a beautiful softness.
what was the name of the place again?
Charcoal Grill.
Charcoal Grill.
It's specifically in Ryde and some in the mainland. Mainland in my terms is like the Isles, more like London and stuff, or like higher up than the Isles of Wight.
All right, nice
But no,
plug.
Charcoal
Okay.
Grill for me is blooming.
Nice.
There needs to be more stores about that.
You heard it here.
Good Domino's, good Charcoal Grill in here.
Charcoal Grill is nice. Good pizza. Good pizza. All
And
right.
then you can watch
It's
my
more than
stream while
good.
you're
I
eating
would
your
say
Oh, oh,
godly.
oh, oh, oh.
If you're in England, then that specific region.
It is time to end the 29th episode of the virtual podcast.
What are you all doing? Are we all going over there?
Yeah, come here.
camera.
Got it.
No, come here.
You didn't say shit. So I was like, what are you all
It's
doing?
a new thing I started.
So
We
much
all
for
face the
watching
camera.
The 29th episode of the virtual podcast, especially thanks to you who tuned in live. We are done for today. Thank you so much, and have an exceptional weekend, everybody. The rest of it, anyway, or the week to come, whatever that may be, that is on your mind.
Indeed.
Goodbye, everybody. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye now.
Bye.